My email, this,
Eric, somebody's come between us.
Reza was added. I have it listed on the agenda. Yeah, in your packet's 49, this one is 50. And 49 was on my desk signed. I don't, honestly, I didn't notice if you signed it. If Frank did. Okay, then it's good.
Eric, are you gonna yield,
His payment of
reply
bill.
to this?
What?
The email that came through for questions
I'll
for
sign
Lori?
it tomorrow, Laura.
Hello?
I haven't seen it.
You're the only one who knows anything about it,
Let
apparently.
me guess, the microphone's around or we'll make them fools
no,
of
not yet.
ourselves.
One? They're up.
Do we have to be done and out of here by 8?
Mine needs to be.
Otherwise, Rich will lock us up.
So we have Joe Tucky and we have 2 other callers on.
Ready?
It's 7:08. March 18th, 2020. I call the regular meeting to order. Before we begin, sorry, I'm used to old habits. Tonight's meeting's closed to the public. Please watch live on cable TV channel 77 and Verizon Fios channel 28. Getting a little feedback here, so bear with us for a moment. Can we mute our side? Okay. For those of you watching at home, you may email your questions in or your comments to the borough clerk this time to lfernandez@hawthornenj.org. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Or you may call and log into the meeting during the public comment and public hearings to be heard in person.
It's probably a second or so.
Gotta love modern technology.
Can you mute caller one on your system there?
I put it on mute, didn't I?
No.
No, it kept going.
Can you mute it on the system there, Lori?
It's interfering with the voices in his head.
Yes, I hear some things normally. I think we're good. Okay, let's start over. Tonight's meeting is closed to the public, obviously in an effort to keep our distancing or social distancing. If you're watching at home, you're on either channel 77 or Verizon's channel 28. But as a public option, you can email to lfernandez@hawthornenj.org, or you may call in. The dial-in number is 872-240-3412, and the access code is 840-839-613. And this is when there's a section of the meeting that's when it's open to the public, or the public section, either in the beginning of the meeting, at the end of a resolution, or at the end of the meeting during the public section. You can follow along on our agenda, which is posted on www.hawthornenj.org/agenda center. Roll call.
Bennett,
Here.
Leosa. Here. Lane,
Here.
Mealy.
Here.
Skiara.
Here.
Woteki.
Here.
Matthews.
Here. Please rise and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
That's got it. You gotta shut that light. You can't have that. That feedback is no
It can't
good.
go off. That's how they.
feel like you're at Yankee Stadium a little.
Right, let's go. That's all right.
Adequate notice of this meeting's been provided by the annual schedule of regular meetings herefore adopted and posted on the public bulletin board at the municipal building, emailed to the Hawthorne Press, the Herald News, the Record, the Gazette, and all persons who have requested the mailing of such schedule. And a copy of said schedules remained on file in the office of the Borough Clerk from and since December 12, 2019. Approval of the minutes. Can I have approval of the minutes for the regular meeting of March 4th, 2020?
So moved.
Motion by Mealy, second by Sierra. Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Woteki.
Yes.
Skiara.
Yes.
Mealy.
Yes.
Lane.
Yes.
Leosa. Yes. Bennett.
Yes.
Matthews.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Public comment. I'll now open the meeting to the public. If anyone desires to be heard on agenda items, feel free to come in, call in at 1-872-240-3412, access code 840-839-613, or submit a question via your smartphone, tablet, or computer at https://www.gotomeet.me/Eric Maurer. That's ERICMAURER.
Okay, so I'm gonna unmute caller 3.
What are they gonna ask?
Hi, are you there? Hello? Caller 3, are you there?
No, we heard you.
Hello, are you there?
Hi, caller. Do you have a question? Well, at this point, I don't think we have one.
Try now.
Yes, you're on now.
Let's go with her feedback.
Hello, do you have a question?
Nobody there.
Okay, after seeing no one or hearing no one, can I have a motion to close the public portion of the meeting?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mealy, second by Lane. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Adoption of ordinances. Now we have bond ordinance number 2246-20, which is going to be postponed. We're still going to read it because we're going to continue it. We just wanted to read it to describe it and start the hearing, but it's going to be a continued hearing. Bond ordinance providing for the reconstruction or replacement of the sidewalks and driveway aprons for Parmalee Avenue, Kingston Avenue, Park Avenue, and Warren Avenue as described specifically herein and by the Borough of Hawthorne in the County of Passaic, New Jersey, appropriating $300,000, therefore authorizing the issuance of bonds, notes, and financing part of the cost thereof, and directing a special assessment of the cost thereof. I now open the meeting to the public regarding the ordinance number 2246-20. In light of the state of emergency declared in the state and the decision to preclude members of the public from the audience appearing in person for this evening, I'll entertain a motion to continue the public hearing and delay any action on this ordinance until the next regular meeting of the municipal council. As part of this motion, I offer members of the public the opportunity to offer comments or ask questions regarding this ordinance at any time prior to the next meeting of the council by directing email correspondence to the borough clerk, Lori Fernandez, at lfernandez@hawthornenj.org, or calling the borough administrator, Eric Maurer, at 973-427-1168 during regular business hours. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Lane,
Second.
second by Mealy. Any discussion? This is for replacement of sidewalks, and this is to assess the people whose sidewalks are on their property.
But postponing it.
And we're obviously postponing the hearing until we can let them speak in person. Roll call.
Bennett,
Yes.
Leosa. Yes. Lane,
Yes.
Mealy,
Yes.
Skiara,
Yes.
Woteki. Matthews.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Zoning ordinance 2248-20, an ordinance to amend and supplement the code of the Borough of Hawthorne, Chapter 540 zoning, create the R11 mixed-use affordable housing zone. Public hearing. I'll now open the meeting to the public. If anyone desires to be heard regarding this ordinance, please join the meeting now. You can either do it by computer at www.gotomeet.me/Eric Maurer or dial in at 1-872-240-3412, access code 840-839-613. Does anyone wish to dial in, call in, email in,
Smoke signal.
knock on the door, slip a piece of paper at the front window? How many callers do we have online, Lori?
I had 5, I have 2.
We lost 3?
3 including
I wouldn't
Woteki.
phrase it that way.
We didn't lose them.
I guess they were sidewalk people, the first 3.
Yes, they were here for 2246.
Okay. Well, anyone wish to be heard?
Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry.
They're just listening.
Why doesn't that unmute all?
Any comments, Joe?
Hello, caller, do you have comments on this ordinance?
I have no comments, Frank.
I was testing to see if it works. Okay.
That echo you hear Council President, is when so I keep it muted.
Okay, well, thank you.
Yeah, see, they're muting it themselves.
Fair enough. Well, seeing no other comments are coming in, I entertain a motion that the public hearing on this ordinance be closed and that it be resolved this ordinance was posted on the bulletin board at which posted notices are customarily posted, published in the record, and that made available on the borough website. Copies of said ordinance were made available to the general public. Now therefore be resolved this ordinance be adopted and the clerk is authorized to advertise the same according to law. Have a motion.
Motion. So moved.
Motion by Joe Witecki, second by Mike Sierra. Any discussion?
Council President, I just want to thank the borough attorney for all his work in getting this matter settled. He really went above and beyond.
Obviously, this is one of the results of our affordable housing litigation, that not everyone is pleased with the final result. We're happier than where we started, but what's your expression, Mayor? If everybody's unhappy,
If everybody's a little unhappy, it's probably a fair deal.
not what we would have picked if we had a choice, but hopefully in the end, it's better than what we would have gotten if we held out.
Michael?
I think it's under the circumstances in the best interest of the people of Hawthorne. And that's all we could really hope for.
Yeah. So,
It's better than going to court and having a suit.
One of the reasons.
fair enough. Any other questions or comments? Nope. Roll call.
Wotecki,
Yes, ma'am.
Skiara,
Yes.
Mealy,
Unfortunately, yes.
Lane,
Yes.
Leosa,
Yes.
Bennett,
Yes.
Matthews.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Ordinance number 2249-20, an ordinance to fix the 2020 salaries, wages, and compensation of the employees of the Borough of Hawthorne, County of Passaic, and State of New Jersey. Public hearing. I'll now open the meeting to the public. If anyone desires to be heard regarding this ordinance, please join the meeting now. Same options as before. Log into www.gotomeet.me/Eric Maurer or dial in at 1-872-240-3412, access code 840-839-613. Does anyone wish to dial in to be heard or submit a question via the email or the website?
Caller, do you have a question? And in addition, there is a chat feature. There's a little, what's that bubble called?
Chat bubble.
The chat bubble is up there, and I'm getting, and I'm responding, so that's a way as well. But this caller, well, Craig Catano is chatting with me.
It's in the comments in the go-to meeting. There's a chat.
Caller 4, are you there? Okay. I don't know.
Okay. Seeing no public interaction, I entertain a motion that the public hearing on this ordinance be closed and that it be resolved this ordinance be posted, that it was posted on the public bulletin board on which public notices are customarily posted, published in the record, and made available to the borough website. Copies of said ordinance were made available to the general public. Now therefore be resolved this ordinance be adopted and the clerk is authorized to advertise the same according to law. Have a motion.
So moved.
Motion by Mealy. Second by Witecki. Hey, you got in there, Joe. Discussion? This is obviously to readjust our salaries and guidelines for the 2020 year. Any discussion? Roll call.
Bennett,
Yes.
Leosa,
Yes.
Lane,
Yes.
Mealy,
Yes.
Skiara,
Yes.
Wotecki,
Techie.
Yes, ma'am.
Matthews.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Ordinance 2250-20, an ordinance to further amend and supplement the code of the Borough of Hawthorne and to revise our various rates set forth in Chapter 220 Fees, Section 3, Public Works, Parks, Recreation, Summer Recreation, Section 9, Construction Codes, Uniform, and Section 12, Parks and Recreations, Municipal Tennis Courts, and the Municipal Swimming Pool. Public hearing. I'll now open the meeting to the public. If anyone desires to be heard regarding this ordinance, please join the meeting now at www.gotomeet.me/Eric Maurer or dial in at 1-872-240-3412, access code 840-839-613. Look forward to hearing from you, public.
Just want to explain what it is.
There was a number of fees for building department, summer recreation, the swimming pool. A lot of this was affected by the raise in minimum wage for some of those that were affected.
Hi there, do you have a question?
How many callers online at this point?
Oh, wait, I have somebody else.
She's typing to him.
Probably a wrong number.
Mr. Peters, do you have a question? Hello?
Now, did Councilman Witecki call the same number you're telling people to call? All right, so we know it works.
Yeah, it's really.
Yeah, they're all showing here on my screen. Anybody?
Okay, well,
Okay.
not hearing from anyone again, I entertain a motion that the public hearing on this ordinance be closed and that it be resolved that this ordinance was posted on the bulletin board in which public notices are customarily posted, published in the record, and made available on the borough website. Copies of said ordinance were made available to the general public, and now therefore be it resolved this ordinance be adopted and the clerk is authorized to advertise the same according to law. Motion by Sierra. Second by Witecki. Roll call.
Witecki?
Yes, ma'am.
Skiara?
Yes.
Mealy?
Yes.
Lane?
Yes.
Leosa?
Yes.
Bennett?
Yes.
Matthews?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Old business. John, we'll start your way today.
I have nothing, Frank.
Dominic.
I'm okay.
Bruce.
No, sir.
Mike.
A quick one, I wanted to acknowledge and thank Eric and the county for fixing the rail at the bridge at the Arnold Palmer. It was done, I passed by it yesterday, so it was completed.
I did virtually nothing, but,
You initiated it, and that's all it
I'll
took.
keep doing it.
Keep doing nothing, it's working well.
Is that all,
I have
Michael?
for,
Raina.
Nothing.
New business. We'll start your way.
forgot
Oh, wait, Joe? Any old business?
I'm sorry, I have none.
What a shame.
Thank you.
New business. Joe.
It's actually new business, but it's old business. Eric, if you would be kind enough to contact the county and ask them what the plan is for the Fairlawn Ave Bridge, I did see.
That's been going on for years.
okay.
What one you mean?
Yeah.
Going on Route
Route 20?
Route 20.
Person from Home Depot.
do we lose them?
I think she muted him.
That's Bergen County though, right?
It's Bergen County, but they swap bridges because it straddles.
Okay.
That's the one bridge that Passaic County has that,
It's gonna fall in.
okay.
I will follow up on that.
We'll get back to you on that, caller.
We'll be back to you on that caller. Thank you very much, Council President.
You got it. Raina.
Is, you want to finish that?
All right, well, thank you, guys. So I just want to announce that the Borough of Hawthorne and the Chamber of Commerce, we worked on it today, myself, Meg Natal, and Ellen Brogner. We put together a list of all the businesses that are in Hawthorne that are going to be open the food-related businesses, the convenience stores, and the pharmacies until they're notified by the Governor Murphy that they have to close. And for me personally, we're asking our residents to support our local businesses, food, grocery, and pharmacies that are open during this time. We are encouraging our residents to purchase gift cards for the future. And I want to put out a challenge to everyone for a little competition between us and see how much money we can spend in Hawthorne during this time. I think it would be really worthwhile to kind of say, tonight we went to Puzo's, we went to Front Porch, Monday night we were at Tasty's, last week we were at Primo, and Friday night we were at Ozzy's. So
you just don't cook.
You don't cook,
no, that's cooks, but we're out. But so
We've heard that.
And the mayor, thank you. Mayor is quoted, "This is an opportunity for the community to show their love and compassion for our food establishment. Hawthorne has a great spirit of helping, and this is another way for us to show our support for our neighbors and friends." And my fellow president, Rob Meyer, from the Hawthorne Chamber, these local businesses are always there for us in our community. Now it's our turn. It's very important now, more than ever before, to shop local and support our friends and neighbors that own these businesses. You can't buy happiness, but you can bring happiness to our local business owners by supporting them. If we all don't shop local, ghost towns appear with empty storefronts. So let's all try to shop local, shop Hawthorne first. The list is on the borough website. It's on the Facebook pages. We're blasting it. And we need to rally around our community and our businesses, because if we don't, we're not going to have any left. Thank you.
Right, now think about all of the time you've gone to these businesses for gift certificates, for tricky trays and other things, and they've helped without even blinking an eye. It's our turn to help them.
Absolutely.
Council President, if I could just comment.
Sure.
Tonight's dinner is wings from the Front Porch and a pizza from Villa Rosa.
At his house?
What time should we get
I
there?
hope you're delivering.
Well, I don't invite anybody into my house right now.
Okay. Michael.
Yes, thank you, Council President. I also first want to recognize Councilman Leosa for putting this thing together with the Shop Local, especially in this time that we're going through with the coronavirus, just to ease the burden on our local businesses, keep them afloat. Like the mayor had mentioned, these are the same businesses that offer give-backs and discounts and things like that to our local charities, and it's nice that you put that together and ask everybody in the community to go ahead and patronize these businesses. Additionally, Erica had a resident ask me, again, another county issue, but it is in Hawthorne. It's about the park. They said that they saw cones up at the turf field in the playground area, but they also noticed there was a lot of activity, and these people were not observing the social distances, and they're concerned, and especially with the playground where the cross-contamination could happen. So we're wondering what jurisdiction does this fall under, and
Yeah, this is a county issue. We're not going to go on police park issues. I think the chief would agree with me on that.
County's not closing any of the parks.
so they're keeping them open. And it's up to the individual just to be
Do
smart.
social gatherings.
Okay.
But there are state rules where they don't want any gatherings of more than 12 people at all. Or 10.
10 people.
Send the
We'll
state
let
police
Governor
in.
Murphy come and break them up
Yeah,
then.
send the state police in.
How come,
No, I mean, I'll contact Sheriff Burdick, get his opinion on it. We're,
Yeah, that's all.
doing the administration.
Common
There was a
sense.
resident that was concerned
They're
about
a
it.
little bit more visible down there, where all their parks,
Yeah.
might help out all the towns in State County.
Tell them there's an off-duty detail and they'll be there.
you know, it's really a shame that Bergen County closes their parks, but Passaic County doesn't have the initiative to do that.
I don't know, how long can the coronavirus live on a turf field?
9 days.
Okay. And we got a health crisis.
That's it, thank you very much.
Bruce.
Nope.
Dominic.
I'm okay.
John.
No, I'm good, thank you.
Okay. No, I have no. I'll save this stuff. The call-in stuff I'll save for public comment. Turn to administrative agenda presented by Mayor Goldberg.
Thank you, Council President. We're living in some very trying times right now. I know a lot of residents are scared, some are frustrated, some are anxious. It's important that we remain calm and that we react rationally to the events happening around us. As many of you already know, the municipal building, the library, recreational sports, the recycling center are all closed. We are taking phone calls in the municipal building to try and serve our residents' needs the best we can. All of our emergency responders are working, although it's our hope that no one will need to call them. I'm requesting from the council in April that they extend the grace period on the May tax payments, possibly 30 days, because as people are out of work and businesses are shuttered, they're going to need some help. And the federal government has extended tax payments from April 15th. I think the state has extended deadlines on state tax payments, and I think the least we can do is try and help our residents. By doing that, I'm working with the borough attorney and the governor's office to make sure we have the legal requirement to do that. I may have to declare a local emergency April 1st to have that happen, but we're working under a national emergency, a state emergency, a county emergency, so what's another emergency when you got that many? My hope is, okay, we talked about it. I am grateful that our borough continues to run in spite of the personal risks we take every day. I appreciate every one of our employees, our police, our first responders, our DPW. I am proud that we continue to maintain and preserve the borough's services. The closures ordered by the state government of Passaic County are extreme, but they are in our best interests. I will continue to be in afternoons at 1, 5 days a week, and I'm here usually at least 4:30. I'm available by phone if anyone has any issues or problems. And you know you can email me through the website or email anyone on this dais through the website. That being said, should you need assistance, you can reach any of our borough employees, our offices, through our website, www.hawthornenj.org, and we will get back to you in a timely fashion. This is a shifting landscape, and changes are happening daily. We're doing our best to keep everyone informed. Please sign up for Nixle notifications. Curbside garbage and recycling continues as scheduled, and April 1st begins yard waste collection. I'm urging residents to refrain from getting your news from social media. Please look at the borough website, Nixle messaging, or call or email us at Borough Hall. That being said, I call upon my borough attorney, Michael Pasquale, for his report.
Thank you, Mayor. I have no legal report tonight. I wish everybody to stay well. We continue to deal with this. I speak to Eric, to Lori, to the council president, to the mayor every day. We are continuing to meet the needs of the people of Hawthorne, and we'll continue to do so as we kind of progress. So stay well. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael.
Steve's not here.
Steve, our engineer, isn't here tonight. He has decided to quarantine himself in Arizona. So, and we told him don't send somebody that we don't know. So, Lori, do you have anything you want to report before I go to Eric?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Just didn't want to be accused of not including everybody.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Our borough administrator, Eric Mauer's report.
Thank you, Mayor. I spent virtually all of the past week and most of the past 2 weeks dealing with this health emergency, planning and implementing a retrenchment of municipal operations, ensuring that we have protections in place for our employees, figuring out how we deal with employees who have to handle home remote instruction for their school-aged children, and getting communications out to the public, and also communication with other governmental officials. So you're spared a lengthy report tonight. I'll stretch it out as much as I can, though.
Sorry, Eric. They're just asking if you can talk closer into the microphone and louder.
I'm trying to social distance. Yes.
Thank you.
So should I repeat or just go forward?
Yeah, why not?
I've spent most of the past week and a half dealing with the coronavirus health emergency, planning and implementing a retrenchment of municipal operations, ensuring that we have protections in place for our employees, figuring out how we deal with employees who have to handle home remote instruction for their school-aged children, getting communications out to the public, and communication with other governmental officials. So the report tonight will not be lengthy. As the mayor mentioned, in order to help prevent the spread of the virus, residents will not have in-person access at the municipal building, but we will do our best to assist through phone and email. On a couple other things, having received and reviewed the borough engineer's draft of an asset management plan for both our stormwater and sanitary sewer systems, I want to review them with the Public Works Committee at their next meeting. And Director of Revenue and Finance, Lori Foley, and I have also been working to rework our draft borough budget for 2020 in order to review it with the Finance Committee on Monday so we can proceed with the introduction at the next council meeting. And finally, I want to thank the council on behalf of our vendors for considering Resolution R4920. It's on the agenda, which will allow the administration to pay vendors in the event a future council meeting has to be canceled. Oh, and finally, I wish to thank our employees who are soldiering through a very difficult time for their perseverance and dedication to their jobs during this period. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Eric. I want to point out that I was away last week, and when I left, the borough was in great shape, and I seem to have come home. And Eric, you've led it to go to seed in a week, but we're working on taking back some ground that we lost while I was away. Council President, we'll be happy to answer any question.
Well, I got a couple. I guess I'll save one. One was regarding the bond that we already approved, but I'll read that under the public section. But there are two that are, might as well bring it up during your administrative agenda, that are related to Eric's pandemic report. One is a question of, will the pool be closed because of the virus? Now, my assumption it's a little early to tell.
The answer, it's too early to tell.
Right.
I'm reading the question to you,
Yep,
but
and I'll give you the answer.
I assumed that was going to be the answer, but I figured I would ask the question.
And the same is true for summer rec. It's too early to tell, just in case.
That's not my next question. My next question from caller number 2, or emailer number 2, was, we heard that there was one person from Hawthorne who tested positive for the virus. Will we be notified about the person's travels through Hawthorne and where possible contact was made?
We don't know anything about the person who was diagnosed. We were told by the Patterson Board of Health, who monitors Hawthorne as well as Patterson, that there was one person who had tested positive. We haven't been told who they are, where they live, but as we get information, we will disseminate it to the people of Hawthorne.
That was still under investigation as of late this afternoon. We will not have complete information. They will not be able to give complete information out, but whatever we get, we will share.
Obviously, names for HIPAA's reasons is important, but I don't disagree. Like, if this person goes to a certain deli every day or does that is an important thing to let people know.
And I think that's what the Board of Health is probably, the Patterson Health Department is probably checking on.
So when they investigate that,
yeah.
they ask, what's your normal daily habits?
Right.
Okay. Yes.
Council President.
Yes, sir, Joe.
It is not a HIPAA law to inform individuals who have possibly been infected.
Names.
No, to release those names to the public?
It is not a HIPAA law to inform somebody for their safety that they have possibly been in contact with a person who has been infected with COVID.
Yeah, we agree.
No, we agree, but obviously you don't want to be giving out health information on another person, though.
Now, what Councilman McKechnie is saying is that you will need to let people know you have been in contact with so-and-so.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's done by the Patterson Health Department.
That's done by the Patterson, right.
You point of contact illness. They back up their time frame for over a month. And everybody that they've had contact with, those people they'll be told. That's.
And this will all come from the Board of Health?
The Patterson Health Department.
Patterson Health Department.
Where were you and where have you been? And then they'll reach out to those individuals from there and so on and so on.
So this is not a Hawthorne administration issue, this is a Patterson Board of Health issue?
I was notified first thing this morning of a positive case. And they said, we'll handle everything from this point forward on the background check.
All right, fair enough. Okay. My next comment has to do with roads, so that'll stay for public portion for later. Any other questions for the administration?
Eric, how many days grace for taxes, do you think?
Well, right now, it's a
30 at least.
10-day grace period by law. I'd like to extend it to 30 because we think the law only allows 30 days
A
grace.
total of 30.
Total of 30.
Total of 30, but the law allows, and the mayor and I went through this today, because the mayor is very much wanting to give tax relief to the people of Hawthorne, as he should. I put the brakes on. He's none too happy with that, but I understand. But the law as it's written and as it currently stands says, in the case of an emergency occurring within 30 days of the due date of the taxes, you can extend for up to 30 days. So we could go from May 1 to June 1. That would be what we're looking to do at the next meeting. It is possible that we will get authority to go beyond that. And if that's what we're granted, we will be considering going 45 and even 60 days.
All right.
We want to give property tax relief to our residents.
Can we discuss it at finance meeting?
Can we discuss? Yeah, we have a finance meeting Monday. You're more than
When
welcome
I
to
mute-
discuss it there.
They can't
But
hear at home.
I am really concerned about people who are out of work and restaurants and other businesses who are shuttered to have to come up with a tax payment on May 1st. But again, if you can afford to pay the taxes when they're due, we urge you to pay the taxes when they're due, because we need to be able to operate the borough, pay our employees. But if there's a hardship, we also want to recognize the fact that there could be a hardship.
Mike?
Yeah, I want to thank Council President and the Mayor and administration for deciding to have the council meeting tonight. I think it's very important that we show the public that the government in Hawthorne is still working in their interest. So I applaud the decision that we still have this meeting tonight. I also want to thank the Mayor for your message tonight and also the letter that you sent out early in the week. And the last statement I want to make is that I was very encouraged on social media to see many people reach out to the elderly population and making sure their needs were met. Many of these people are unable to get out, or if they do, their concerns because this coronavirus has affected the elderly quite a bit. And so many people have reached out to the elderly, their neighbors, and reaching out, making sure they have their needs met. Additionally, with the schools closed, many people have reached out and helped people with childcare. And it's really nice that the public has really embraced this and become a community. That's what makes Hawthorne kind of special.
Yep.
And just to remind everybody that everybody's trying to do our best, navigate through this situation. So let's not pass judgment. Let's do the best we can. And be safe.
Council President, I also want to mention that the borough has a well-stocked food pantry with non-perishables, that if there's a senior out there that is afraid to go to the supermarket or whatever, we can arrange for them to either come here to pick up food in the lobby or in some cases deliver the food to their houses. We've got the food, and I just as soon use it while we need it, and if we need to hold another drive, another collection, we'll do that. But right now, we don't means check. You know, you don't have to be at a certain income level. If you call us and say, I need food or I'd like food, we will make sure you get food.
And you don't have to be a senior. You mentioned
and you don't
seniors.
Have, you don't have to be a senior. If you need food, we will supply you with food.
And can I make a suggestion for the next one on that, or put it on the website?
We did.
We did.
Council
No
President,
one received that.
Raina?
you keep getting that feedback because caller number 4 is unmuted.
Caller number 4, could you mute?
Caller, they need to,
Okay.
No, much better.
Eric, the recycling center, is it gonna be open? You gonna open it?
We're currently exploring how we might open it, but, you know, it'll probably be next week before we decide. Please, people, do not bring things and leave it outside the gate at the recycling center.
Okay. Raina?
Did you have something, Raina?
I didn't know about the, I know we have a food pantry, but making it available to everyone might be a good idea next. I don't remember seeing that on the Nexel or on our page about the food.
If we haven't put it out, we'll make sure it gets put out.
You mean about the recycling center being closed?
No, about the food available for people who,
Because the recycling center being closed was on a Nixle.
yeah, that was on an
Yes, that
Excel.
was,
Any other questions for administration?
No.
Seeing none, can I have a
So moved.
motion to... Second. Motion by Lane, second by Sierra.
Too late.
Councilman Wojciechowski has a
Now? Yes, Joe?
Mine is for the chief of police.
Yes.
Okay, my inspection is gonna expire at the end of this month. What is the process?
Motor vehicles closed, so
There's an extension to put out. We'll, yeah, we can coordinate that through.
how long does he have?
How much?
I heard it was 60 days. I thought.
60 days.
I thought.
The chief said you have 6 months.
Chief said you don't have to do it ever.
That's why he gave you a PBA card.
That's been all over the media, local news stations, local papers, that they've granted driver's license bureau registration and inspection. So, we could also add it as an attachment to a Nixon letter over too.
Did you hear all that, Joe?
Can I add a comment as well, please?
You're welcome.
Lori's got a question.
Oh, Lori has a comment.
DMV extended all driver licenses and registrations by 60 days. I have coming in from a caller.
Thank you, caller
Thank you,
number
caller. CC.
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 CC, senor.
CC.
Roll call.
Where we land, please, just call me.
Where are we?
What's in the administrative agenda?
Oh, motion to record administrative agenda.
Oh, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thanks, Joe.
I'm in favor too, Joe.
Introduction of ordinances, we have none, but we have resolutions. Consent agenda R49-20 and R50-20. R49-20 is authorizing the mayor and administration to approve payment of bills in emergency, and R50-20 is authorization for the CFO to expend from the Storm Recovery Trust. Have a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mealy, second by Lane. Just for those following at home, the authorization to approve payment for bills is in case we have to cancel meetings, that all of our vendors are still gonna get paid. Right now, the way it works is we meet as a council, we approve the bills, and then the treasurer pays them. Well, if we have to cancel a meeting, it means our vendors don't get paid, and it could be a month or longer that they don't get paid. This way, the CFO will have the ability to pay them, we will still see the bills. I will authorize her to pay them, and then she will pay them through our approval via emails and communication, just not through a meeting. Any questions? Roll call.
Bennett?
Yes.
Leosa?
yeah.
Lane?
Yes.
Mealy?
Yes.
Skiara?
Yes.
Woteki?
Abstain on the fire department, yes on all others.
We're not there yet.
You're one vote away.
Okay.
Yeah, he's abstaining in advance that we might pay the fire department.
This is just on the consent agenda.
No, he was abstaining in case we pay the fire department
Oh.
in the future.
In the future. Okay. Thank you. Very good.
How do you know that, Michael?
I pay attention.
Did you want to add the abstain as well?
Yes, and the ambulance corps.
Lane just amended his vote.
Leosa, are you amending your vote for the future?
But they're not in here.
Service.
Not it?
Exactly.
Oh, yes.
But they're not, but that's not in here. This is just giving her the authority,
You're not
not on the
voting on
payment
a
of that
particular
bill.
bill.
Eventually, though, the council, what's happening is the council president is ratifying it on behalf of the council. So Councilman Wittek is technically correct. At a subsequent meeting, you will further ratify the payment.
Well, that's when he can object to it.
Well, he could abstain then, but I think in caution,
We
he's
won't
fine.
be doing it in this setting.
Well, what a,
Right.
Okay.
But we won't be doing it in this setting. It's an
you
individual
got it.
vote.
Reports of special council
So we'll-
committees. Raina, we'll start your way.
Motion carries.
Okay. You got my abstain. Got it. East Coast Power, yes. Thank you, Michael.
We've moved on.
Move. Okay.
What we up to?
Council committees.
Council committee.
Good. Michael.
In lieu of the current situation, I'm going to postpone my committee notes.
Oh, good.
This evening.
Bruce.
Yeah, the Public Works Committee will be meeting Monday at 6 PM.
Dominic.
Finance, we're meeting on Monday at 4:30-ish, right? All right, to finalize everything?
And we're still on target for our budget goal?
Yes, we are, under 2%.
Good.
For the budget, Council President, just for what it's worth, there is legislation which is pending in the Senate tomorrow, which will give the Local Government Services Office the authority to extend all budget deadlines.
We're on schedule.
We've pretty much gone through most departments. We're just down to some cuts. I think we're
Cutting legal.
just the legal, we're just cutting the legal department. Legal and engineering are the only ones getting cut.
You may want to keep that one up.
Better postpone.
But thank you for letting us know about the extension. John?
The ordinance committee will be meeting on the 25th at 5 o'clock.
Okay, fair enough. Chamber of Commerce is hoping that the farmers market will still be on target to start in June. The Hop the Shops and the Shop Local has obviously been postponed. Obviously, there's a fall opportunity or summer opportunity when they do the Where's Waldo, similar program, or the Shop Local program. But the Easter egg hunt and all that is unfortunately been canceled.
But the farmer's market, you don't get 50 people there, right? Or,
Well, it has waned since the accident, I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah.
but it's also waned since every other town in the surrounding communities has instituted the
so
farmer's
you could be
market.
open, we're saying you could be open then, right?
Well, yeah, but I mean, Glen Rock has cut back on theirs and Hawthorne can improve,
Right.
so. That concludes my council committee reports. Planning board meeting was canceled, so there's nothing to report there either, so. Correspondence, we have none, but we have bills. Can I have a motion to approve the bills and forward them to the treasurer for payment? Motion by Bennett, second by Mealy. Any discussion on the bills? Roll call.
Wojciechowski.
Abstain on the fire department, yes on all others.
Skiara.
Yes.
Mealy.
Yes on all of them.
Lane.
Abstain on the fire department and the ambulance corps, yes on all others.
Thank you. Leosa.
Staying on PSCD and East Coast Power and Gas. And yes.
Thank you. Bennett.
Yes.
Matthews.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Public comment. I'll now open the meeting for the public. If anyone desires to be heard to join the meeting, log on to www.gotomeet.me/Eric Maurer or dial in to 240-3412, access code 840-839-613. And while we're waiting for those people to call in or write in, we have one comment from Anonymous regarding road conditions on Horizon Terrace. I've visited the clerk's office twice and have emailed Mr. Maurer about deplorable conditions on the cul-de-sac at Horizon Terrace. Will this be repaired anytime soon? Thank you.
Technically, you can't take an anonymous question, because if they were to come to the podium, they'd have to give their name and address.
We'll take the question.
Well, somebody emailed it in. I'm sure there's an email address, but at
Bob,
this
you
point.
didn't ask that question, did you?
Okay, so at this point, it doesn't really matter who at the
Public
moment.
Works will address what we can do, and we are considering Horizon Terrace for a future,
Alternate.
for a future inclusion.
Resurfacing.
Not this, it's not this year,
No.
but we are considering it for the future. But we will look at the cul-de-sac for whatever repairs that we can do now.
Joe, could you hear that?
Are you still there?
Yes, I did, thank you.
Okay, just want to make sure since Eric talks quietly. So caller, there's your answer, potentially next year, and it's on our horizon to look at. next comment that came in via email was regarding the Park Avenue and the road bonding, or the sidewalk bonding. This caller said we should put this road and sidewalk construction on hold for another year. My taxes at 46 Park Ave just went up $1,800 from Passaic County. And to top of that, you expect me to pay for new sidewalks, 4 slabs at $720, exclamation point. With all going on in the US with the pandemic and my cut in working hours, I am just hoping that this project can be put on hold until next year. Please take this plea seriously. Thank you very much, Deborah Menelenti. Deborah, just to let you know that once we do the project, it usually is next year, and it takes 2 years to assess you, basically, and then you have 5 years to pay it off after that in installments. So whether it be put off this year or 1 year, it's really going to take 5 to 7 years for you to actually have to pay the full bill anyway. So we already voted on the assessment in the project going forward, but it's not going to be a big bill all at once to you. And between the next year or so, if you want to try and get a price that's cheaper, a local mason might be able to do it for you cheaper. But usually when our guys do it, it's cheaper because they're doing it in volume. But if you'd like to talk about it further, about how much it's going to cost you if you split it up over the year payment plan, please contact Mr. Maurer. His number is
973-427-1168. Now, is that emailed to us, or is that
this was, I think, sent into Lori through
via email?
I think it's through the email.
Okay. Does it?
Whose email?
Was that an email, the person on Park Avenue?
Correct.
Okay, so
we have the
Eric
email.
will email you back,
We'll
Deborah.
respond to it.
So hopefully that gives you a little bit of reassurance that it's not going to be all at once and hit you hardly economically. Nobody likes paying the bill. I don't blame you. Are there any new comments? Joe?
Council President, I just want to thank administration and the council for allowing me to call in. I'm doing this for your safety.
Yeah, you can do this anytime, Joe.
Hey, feel free to stay out of the room all the time you want.
Oh, no, for the mayor, I want to give him a big hug and a kiss.
Hey, Joe, I'll support you anytime you want. Are there any other?
The guy who took a cruise and has been out of the country for the last 14 days.
That's why I want to give you a big hug and a kiss.
Okay.
Is there anyone else wish to be heard?
So I'm just going to unmute all, and I'm going to ask if any of our callers who are online right now have any questions for us in the public comment. You have a question, caller 4? Mr. Rivera, do you have a question for us?
Maybe he's still muted.
He didn't get unmuted.
Not at this time, he said.
Thank you.
Thank you for your input, though.
Okay, I have no other emails at this time.
Okay, well, can I have a motion to close the public portion of the meeting?
So moved.
Motion by Lane, second by Bennett. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thanks, Joe. Before we adjourn, I just want to say thank you to the public for working with us to try and schedule the meeting the way we did. I know it wasn't an easy format for the meeting, but we wanted to try and hold business as usual. Well, Lori, is there another caller?
There's a question, I'm sorry.
Well, we kind of adjourned it already. Do I need a motion to reopen
Mr.
the public portion?
Catano? Can you hear us, Craig?
I can, how do I?
This is good.
Okay, we can hear you. Welcome.
Okay, thanks for having me. Thanks for this, I appreciate it. It was great to have the opportunity to try to interact this way. My question is to everybody, is there any way to get the state county sheriff or freeholders to support a moratorium on rent for tenants and business that are renting in Hampshire or county? Heard of them?
I mean, we can have our administrator ask, but unfortunately, that's a question for the freeholder board, not the council. We can ask on your behalf, but there's obviously no influence that we have.
I think the federal government is putting off foreclosures and evictions.
Right.
The county, all state courts are closed, all landlord tenant matters are off indefinitely, but no sooner than the end of March. So there will not be any landlord tenant actions before the end of March, and that could be extended further, we're not sure.
Doesn't help you keep your bill and your lease
That still doesn't
intact.
help for the fact that they're gonna get billed rent. Does that help in any way? Does anybody in the council make some sort of request to try to have rent alleviated for these people, the small business owners, and for the renters?
Well, what about the people paying mortgages, Greg? Should we get relief for them too?
Well, the businesses who are paying.
Or the businesses that are paying mortgages?
I don't know how this will trickle down with the whole relief package that the Senate is coming. Will that come to trickle down so that it'll help you pay your mortgage or your rent?
Right. I think that relief has got to come from Washington, not from, and then you've got the landlords who have expenses that they've got to pay. They've got taxes to pay and other things, and mortgages.
Yeah, but that would be a question that's higher up the food chain than us, but we can certainly ask the county, is there a plan that's come down from the state or above? Fair enough?
Gotcha, I understand.
You got it. Thank you, Craig.
Thank you.
Anyone else, Lori?
No, last call. I don't see any others.
Okay, last call.
It's a wrap.
So anyway, we're obviously in, now you can hit mute. We're obviously in uncharted territory on how we're doing our business.
And in violation of curfew, but.
No, we don't, do we have?
We're less than
We're not emergency services.
the number of
There's
people.
not an actual curfew, the governor has urged everybody to be home by 8 o'clock, but it's not a literal curfew, but we are trying to abide by it.
It's only an urge.
It's an urge, so let's urge, I urge you to wrap up the meeting.
I'm trying. Could you please mute that, Lori?
I'm sorry, what am I doing?
That's me, I'm unmuted.
You can hear us.
I'm muting you.
Then I vote yes to adjourn.
Thank you.
Bye. Adjourn, yes?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I'm trying to make a closing statement.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Well, let's go.
Obviously, we're trying to do the people's business to try and keep our town functioning. The mayor and everyone in the building is doing their job. You may not be able to get into the business of doing whatever you need to do, but rest assured, the administration is here, our DPW, our police, everyone is doing what they need to do. I just hope and pray that everybody in town is safe and stays inside and does what they need to do. You can see that we've kind of spread out to try and be as far away from each other and social distance ourselves. But we felt it was important that we come and do what we needed to do to come keep things normal as best they can be done. Whether we choose to cancel future meetings, if things get worse, then we will. But I know it was awkward with the speakerphone and the echoing, but this is our first time doing things this way. Thank you for bearing with us, and if it was not as pleasant as you wanted it to be, I apologize, but we're trying to be as efficient as we can with the tools that we have and go with the flow. Well, thank you. And now may I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Motion by Sierra, second by Mateki.
Thought I hung up on you.
Yeah, hang up on him now.
All in favor?
Aye.
The next regular meeting of the Municipal Council is April 1st at 7 PM.